going to divide the transportation tutorials into two sections. The first one is about personal transportation and the other one is about mass transportation. When it comes to transportation, if your Sims can't get there, they won't go. And if your Sims can't go there, then your city won't grow. No city can function without an adequate transportation infrastructure. Your Sims must be able to get to their jobs in a reasonable amount of time, and businesses need to export their goods to other parts of Sim Nation. As mayor, it is your responsibility to create an efficient, flowing, interconnected web of roads, avenues, streets, highways, railways, subways, bus routes, bridges, and tunnels. Sounds easy, right? This is one of the greatest challenges in SimCity, but you have some of the best construction engineers in the world at your command. If you have the will and the budgeting skill, you can build almost any kind of road. So let's talk about the tools you can use to build transportation networks that help your city work. To place a road or any other transportation route, click an origination point and drag to form a line. When you release the mouse, your road appears. Transportation networks can follow straight or diagonal paths. This will build a length of connected, straight, and diagonal route sections so that you can follow the desired overall path for your network. If you don't provide street, road, or avenue access to the zones in your lot, then the no car zot is displayed. If your Sims commute takes so much time that they never get to work, then you see the no work zot. This is similar to the no car zot, except it's a briefcase instead of a car. Now, once you've built a transportation route, if your Sims don't immediately begin to travel along that transportation route, don't worry about it. Sims take about a month to find out that there's a new road in their vicinity. The bulk of your transportation needs are filled with one road of flavor or another. There are several options in the game depending on your city's ever-changing requirements. This is your Build Road tool. Roads are more expensive than streets, some of which are built when you zone an area, but roads have the benefit of higher capacities and a speed limit. If you notice crowding and gridlock on your streets, you can upgrade them by building roads right on top. Avenues are quite a bit more expensive than either roads or streets and take up twice as much space, but they more than make up for it with an even higher capacity and a higher speed limit. You may need to demolish some buildings to fit them in, but avenues are a great replacement for roads that are jammed with traffic. Traffic accidents are a symptom of congestion. You may enjoy rubbernecking for a while, but if your city's routes stay congested, development stagnates and your Sims may begin to look for greener pastures in a different city. One-way roads have twice the capacity of regular roads, but only in one direction. They also increase the efficiency of intersections, which can ease the burden of heavy traffic. Just make sure that you provide a way for your Sims to get both to and from work, or they won't get to go to work at all. Any excuse to avoid work, that's all it takes for your Sims. Streets are cheap, comparatively, but they also have the lowest capacity and speed limits of all your road options. When zoning, streets are automatically built in so that Sims can drive out of their parking lots and driveways. Another option to do massive traffic flow is to build highways and ramps. Highways are very expensive compared to streets, roads, and avenues and tend to take up a lot of space, but their capacity is huge and their speed limits are high. Highways can be an important part of your planning as the population of your city inches toward the megalopolis category. Ground-level highways might seem more cost-effective than elevated highways at first, but building overpasses for roads that cross the highway can jack up the price fast in a downtown area. On the other hand, ground-level highways are a great choice for getting your citizens from their homes in the burbs to their city center. Elevated highways are more expensive than ground-level highways, but the money you spend can be regained as you build the less expensive roads and streets underneath to bolster the efficiency of your network. If you have a lot of roads running perpendicular to your highway, such as in a downtown commercial district, elevated highways are often the way to go. When two highways cross, do you want your Sims to be able to go from one highway to the other? That's where your handy-dandy cloverleaf comes in. When you build intersecting highways, you are prompted to put in a cloverleaf. If you balk at the price, you can always go back to the Transportation Tools menu and add one later. These structures take up lots of space, so make sure there's nothing underneath when you build. A hint: know where you need to build a cloverleaf T-intersection, overpass, on-ramp, side on-ramp, but haven't had time or funds to build the highway yet? You can now place these structures before you build a highway. If you have selected one of these structures but aren't sure that this is the best option for your network, use the Home and End keys to cycle through your options. T-intersections are nifty little engineering feats cooked up by your engineers and construction crews. These are three-way intersections where one highway transitions into another highway that runs perpendicular to the first. T-intersections come in several flavors: ground to ground, elevated to elevated, elevated to ground. Every mayor can choose the T-intersection that's right for them. Ground highway and elevated highway side-on ramps allow you to get access from a road that runs parallel to a highway. Your construction engineers won't prompt you to do this, but you have to know that to do it, you have to do it manually. It is easier to build a side-on ramp first and then connect the road. If the road is already in place, make sure that it's 2 tiles away from the highway and straight to get a working connection.